Soper, I mean, that's a key advantage Spark have here, right? Is that Yakpung has to be a lot more respectful. As I said, Gushwei's down, but doesn't come without really just
opening the way for his team.
Yeah, exactly. Players going down on both sides here, but it is the Spark that claimed the point first, and they will be able to push New York back. And the tanks for Spark are going to be able to get to
on the way. And Transcendence out early. Wait, Summon dead. He dies before getting the
MCD pops the Transcendence, though. Can the Zenyatta ultimate be enough to keep Spark alive? It looks like it is going to be. And so now it's going to be nice to have that Sominsu hack ready to go when he gets back. His team won the fight.
Save it for here, and now just hunting down Yakpung with the hack.
Feather, though.
Feather gets MCD. Yeah, Shy, though, in return. Pulse Bomb on the Friday. 5v5 between both teams. EMP still in the wings. Oh, no! He's gone.
Oh, for a guy named Feather, he didn't float quite as well as I thought he was going to. Shy gives an uppercut to Flora, and so it still is another scrappy round between these two teams. Spark seems to be getting the better of it, though. They did get the hack off on quite a few members of the team, and they will claim the point.
Early by Shy. So I have a 6v5 opportunity here for the Spark. Transcendence on deck. Shy finds Kalios. Shy really making this fight his own. Pulse Bomb still up. Shouldn't have to use it here, given how far ahead the Spark are in the fight. New York, I mean,
yeah, but here comes the Blizzard though for Feather. New York going to try to re-engage here. The kill on Somin.
It was questionable Blizzard and then some. Ooh. I mean, they were down to begin with, going, okay, I guess they'll try and turn it, but it was tough. Jonak caught by Gushue at the back. Kalios defends himself from Shy. New York actually now getting some momentum back over onto the point. Just need a little bit more. Big advantage in front line.
Nice pin.
That's going to be enough for New York.
Yeah, it certainly should be. Zen gets wrecked. There's another hit. But New York, again, using the architecture of the map to make this kind of hardpoint comp work. Gushue does get two, though, so maybe Spark still with a spark of life in this round.
Yeah, Gushue getting two, and look at this. Yakpung just about down. Jonak is able to stand for the Immortality Field. That's not going to be enough. The Spark finding a way back in towards the very end. New York, though, going to be at 99% to 32. They're going to have at least 2 fights to flip this around. A lot more presence on the point. They're able to just walk up, and they might get this before the fight has even really begun. Feather, though, finds Shy early. Quick advantage for New York. Blizzard still in reserve. Summons you down, and the Spark, they're just getting middled away. Ooh. It's not even much of a fight till it's over before it begins.
Oh, Gushue popped his ultimate right before he died, but the mines even come out. I'm not sure. New York able to take the round either way. Now, the mines did come out.
So far, it's been a pretty solid debut. No, speaking of solid, Jonak winning the flex support war there. But, as I say that, Gushue immediately punishes both teams down to 4-on-4 here in City Center. Summon 2 off to the side. Turning off fire. Feather super low. Gushue, though, rotating around. New York with man advantage now. Gushue running for his life. In
many ways, you can just poke in a little bit, stop the meter from building. Shy gets the kill onto Flora now, so maybe Spark with the way back in this one. No, Jonak says, you know what? I'm going to show everybody. I'm going to remind them who the original bloodthirsty Zenyatta is. Gets another one. Gushue, though, making a statement of his own. And it looks like Spark might be able to deny New York. New York is still not taking the point.
No,
I can't believe
they're not going to take it right now.
Good about that kill on MCD, though. That's definitely
early
morale
EMP.
booster.
Wait, that was a single EMP on the IDK from Feather. Counter EMP comes in, hits Jonak and Friday, and the EMP trade's so much better for the Spark there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, whenever you can use the EMP to just get the clean kill on the Zenyatta on the other side, set your team up. That said, Kalios coming in. He's the new guy. He's making his presence felt. Kill onto Shy and a kill onto a few others. Flora trying to get a little bit of a cleanup here as New York tries desperately to flip the point, but it's nearly 50% already. Kalios with another one. Can they do enough to flip it, though?
This is a great debut for Kalios so far in a fight that should have just been easily the Sparks. Now, more contest. Now, they haven't quite lost it yet. Jonak in a bad spot, and suddenly the Spark coming back in. Flora, though, takes down Bernard. 5-on-5 once more. EMP from Summon 2. And this fall through going to be there as Feather drops the EMP his own, looking for MCD. Gets him.
I mean, that's the thing. That EMP hit a lot of people's EP, but unfortunately for the Spark, it's New York the ones who are coming out ahead of this fight for the moment anyway. We'll see if they can keep it up. Yeah, that's right. New York did get the flip, which is kind of the big story there. finally the finish off comes in. Jonak has swapped over to the Annas easily. You're very vulnerable to hacks and things like that because not very mobile.
Kalios.
So a lot of times you'll see players swap there. Oh, but Flora picks up two there. Burners, Meg, and Shy gets taken down in New York, defending for the moment anyway. CD does get one onto Yakpong, but NYXL looking like they're going to be able to keep the percentage rolling for now.
Kalios eats the pulse bomb. This man is going wild right now, Doa. Big play after big play, and the bomb gets MCD. Kalios setting the tone. Oh man, this is a story and then some, Doa, as New York just about ready to take map 1.
I'm liking it, man. What a little bit of a slow start for New York, but they are coming back so strong on the second round here in, or the third round rather, here on Oasis, and they are going to close it out with just a couple more kills if they can secure them. The Kalios, hero of the map. So, yep.
He just hanging back, and Shy already finding Flora. That's a good way to just shut down New York's aggression early on. But as I say that, Jonak finds MCD. He's out for blood today.
There's a game within a game going on today, ZP. There's New York versus Hangzhou, but there's also Jonak versus MCD, and you're going to see them trade back and forth all day. That said, no trading being done here. It's just a taking of names and kills by the Spark.
Yakpong super low, and Jonak has dropped transcends early. They punish Architect though. Friday catches him. 6-on-5 now for New York. Graviton in for They're trying to get anything off this. Gushue has the primal, gets Kalios. But the bomb still out and over. Doesn't catch anyone. Friday sleeping on the job as Gushue gets him in the room. 3 down. And that's going to be the Spark.
Making a quad as he finishes off Friday here. And that is a nice fight for the Guangzhou Spark. Spark maybe has a chance to go, but they don't really have any ultimates available. I suppose you can just try to eat up a little bit more time on the time bank. Why not? There's a bubble on the monkey. Flora takes out Gushue immediately, though. That did not work. Looks like New York's going to be able to take point A here. They will indeed, and now some late staggers actually. New York might be able to rush B here, ZB.
Yeah, the respawns are going to come in quick because of respawn from A to B in this instance, but New York, even not knowing that, they're just moving forward. MCD, that one's not going to come back quick at all. Flora moving back in. MCD off the opportunity.
No, they really are. All right,
bomb on the point, and they get MCD. Opportunity found.
MCD going down early. It's big. Here comes Bob from Shy in the point, though. Spark pulling out all the stops to try to defend this one right now. Flora down as well. So maybe Spark has enough to hold for the moment. I think they do. Yeah, you don't want to be trapped in a room with Gushue like that.
Again. Oh, it keeps happening.
Oh.
I mean, realistically at this point, you just need to look outside a room anytime you're in, be like, and the Discord orbit. Okay, Spark, you got to touch a point. 91% to New York. The pulse bomb right from Flora gets the stick, gets rid of Bernard, and New York just needs a little bit more. They get it. With time left remaining, too.
14. Gushue, he's got the nano boost on him, doing a little bit of damage. Kalios does go down. This is an opportunity for Spark.
Yep, the nano makes enough of a distraction. Kalios gets caught in the crossfire.
Ooh.
Shy finds Jonak, and the Spark, 2-man advantage, get onto the point. New York, not a lot of options to bring this back. They take down Shy, that's step 1, but Yakpong really, really low, has to bail out. Gushue finished off Guangboon, and the trade-outs, I mean, New York's still going to need a lot more than this, though, to put this back. Just expecting Gushue. Primal on deck. Bernard holding on to the Graviton. Bob, see ya already. And at the very least, this is going to work out even for New York if they don't hold here, because you're going to see the Spark drop everything else they have. They've already used Graviton. They've lost Bernard. Rally in for New York. This high-risk, high-reward attempt could very well be working. Gushue, low HP. Primal nearly done. Gets a nano boost. And yeah, the Spark is still probably going to take this, but this was a really good recontest by New York. I think it was very worthwhile.
Yeah, I mean, if you compare this to the recontest that Spark tried, but Shy does get Kalios' Diva mech, so that's one tank essentially out of the way there. Architect does get finished off by Yakpong. Kalios falls as well. Looks like New York scrambling here. It's looking pretty grim, DP.
Just when you think it was going to be too messy for Spark to move in, the Spark gets several key pickoffs. New York nearly out of players to throw onto the point. Bernard fishes off another 2. And the Spark going to be setting a much quicker time here if this holds up. Last few stragglers coming out here from New York, but they would need a miracle to hold this back, and that's not happening.
They don't get one, and look at that.
Now he's got the transcendence
too, that's big.
He really wants to save this possible. Oh, Yakpong gets caught. He's going to have to blow it soon. Oh no, 2 are already down. Transcendence used, but not in time to save those 2 is Shy. The one person that can bring it back does just that, Doa.
Yep, that's right. Flora ducking and dodging, trying to create a miracle here. He does get the kill onto Shy, but MCD is there with the Ana to keep everybody healed up, and that's going to be a full point.
Gushue over the top, has the nano. A little bit of pressure, but Flora's able to get fire. What's going on? Kalios, the counter flux, and this would be tragic for the Spark here, Doa.
Wow.
A minute 35 left, and suddenly it's very winnable for New York.
No kidding. I mean, getting this much time off the time bank makes it a whole different game right now between these two teams.
Now Gushue going in, gets down
be
Guangzhou. He nearly gets it all, gets down Kalios. What in the world, New York? Jonak, where are you? You had the Transcendence on deck. New York was too split. They should have played around the Transcendence. They've already lost two.
Down as well. Both tanks out of the way. Shy comes in, picks off Flora and Friday, and I cannot believe that I'm seeing
too little,
this
too
CB.
late.
New York had absolutely everything going for them, but it's going to be Spark that take the map, that tie up the series, and you talk about MCD to advance.
New York nearly giving up a tick free. Kalios already down. Again, so the neutral game from the Spark has just been better. All in all. And you see it here again where they get better poking, they get better presence, and this fight just about done.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, MCD ends up being the one to pick off Guangzhou's Ash. And
Spark is on deck. MCD already under pressure. Jonak's Discord or bottom and says, screw this. I'm going to drop the Transcend and just go in. I'm not fighting Jonak right now.
Yeah, but you know what? It doesn't do New York too many favors. Flora's able to get one with the Pulse Bomb, but it's going to be Spark picking up the rest of these kills here. And MCD somehow lives through that engagement and finishes off Yakbong. And now the payload's rolling pretty quick here. It's been really interesting because you don't see Sominsu hold on to the EMP. I don't have the stat in front of me, but we'll see. Oh dear, there goes the Pulse Bomb from Flora. Burner manages to get another kill after that as well. Maybe Spark finding the fight they need to finally start pushing this payload to the end of B.
Yeah, I mean, they have a huge advantage right now. Ideally, they save the EMP. Nope, they drop it. They say, we're going to use it. And Jonak able to survive, get away, but enough damage has been done prior to the EMP that this is probably enough. In fact, I look at use the Pulse Bomb to break this open.
Yep, maybe he's got a good opportunity here. Ooh, takes a lot of damage. No kills out of that one. But it doesn't matter because his teammates come in off the back of the Transcendence from MCD and get all the kills they need to finish off B, it looks like. Oh, yeah.
All right, so the Spark get through. It's a way more expensive.
That ultimate, that could be big. That's exactly what Spark wanted to get out of that.
Yeah, it didn't get to Yakpung in time. Yakpung took a lot of damage from the bomb. And speaking of bomb, Shy 2 over to the side off the Pulse Bomb. And the Spark, they're going to get significant progress off this. New York, they spent a lot, and they only get a little bit of delay. They don't even get a team fight win out of it. And the Spark, they're going to be loaded to prepare for the next fight. Transcendence on deck. New York is in a really...
He's got a special delivery. It's going to be the minefield. Drop down, gets a slam as well. Any kills out of that? Yep, Jonak, Guangboon, both down. New York struggling here, ZP. I think this might be a pretty quick take from Spark if they can finish it off.
Yeah, everything went super well. I mean, Gushue set the tone. You can't ask for a better ball engage, and the rest has pretty much been cleaned up ever since. It has not been much of a fight, and even knowing that there's a Sombra on the other side. So, I mean, they can't be super gung-ho in how they engage. They're hoping Guangboon finds opportunity. Nope, MCD takes him down early, and MCD off the flank. Huge Zenyatta plays.
Wow, yeah, that is exactly what MCD has been doing all season long, making a name for himself as being one of the more aggressive damage-dealing Zenyatas. In them take points or put their opponents back.
Early Transcendence.
Yeah.
Guangboon is getting isolated frequently here. And I mean, part of that Guangboon is one that has to make plays. The tank line for New York can't be that aggressive because of the Sombra. And I gotta say, Doa, if I'm New York, it's time to swap. I don't think the comp they're running. Pulse Bomb, massive in preventing casualties into the back line. And now the Spark in a really rough spot. The bomb from Bernard, though, finds Jonak. Still a chance through Flora. Whips the Pulse Bomb. Gushue able to just break his knees. And Spark, they're coming back in. They have not lost this fight yet, although Shy going down. Guangboon finally coming alive. That could be the death knell. It's going to be really hard for Spark to bring this back. That's just about done.
Yeah, I mean, MCD getting taken out by the self-destruct. I think that's his 4th or 5th of the series as far as ultimates eaten. Jonak takes an IDK on the ground. There's a last-ditch effort from the hack from Sominsu, but even the EMP, I don't know if it's going to be enough to push New York off the point. They've only got 2.6 meters to go, and Flora's getting the kills.
Yeah, New York just keeping up momentum as Spark were well and thoroughly staggered after last fight. And hey, New York, 3.5 minutes. They could set a quicker time here. The Spark, this is where you just need to take a step back, You
just had 2 of your pulse bombs in a row, Eden. You do not want to have that happen again. Oh, Shy, though, he's got the good pulse bombs. 2 kills onto New York. There we go. That is what he's been looking for a while. Kalios does take out Bernard, but it is going to be Spark finally pushing New York back a little bit. But you know what, ZP? I think New York is probably not too broken. Get outflanked by a Tracer or the Sombra. He's going to go hunting in the meantime. Meanwhile, there's the EMP. Big one onto New York, and that's 2K from Bernard with the self-destruct. That was clean. Very clean. But again, New York, at least in their favor, they didn't lose any ultimates in that fight. Don't want to be down 2-1 in maps. Jonak has the Transcendence. All right, another one. Kalios.
Are you kidding?
That's a 3rd pulse bomb. He has eaten this map. Jonak pops the Transcendence. New York, they're going to go in off the back of it and say, get IDK. Maybe this is going to be it. EMP.
Every good fight from New York here, though, has come off of Kalios just being immensely hungry. However, the Spark respawns back in. They've taken down 2. New York does not have this by a stretch of the imagination. Guangzhou down, overtime in progress. And the Spark go, let's not even do that extra round thing. Let's not even entertain the idea of a draw. We're going to take the map. It's 2-1.
Yep. Jonak has a great angle, though, to try to rain a lot of damage over onto the enemy team right now. And it looks like Guangzhou is going to capitalize. 3K from the Asha, New York. And that payload is going to move.
A lot of that was cleanup, but New York really committed there towards the end. It's not ideal. New York, we're not wasting any time. Early Transcendence being dropped here. Bob already used. Architect gets caught. Bob gets into the fray. Guangzhou again. Very streaky at points of series, but having moments of glory.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the time you need those moments. When you're down the series, when you're about to lose it, you need to have those moments to bring it back again. Jonak grabbing a kill there as well.
It's probably the better exchange they'll have here. But as I say that, flux into mines, New York, are they able to convert any of it? Here so far, Architect, bomb on the Kalios and the Spark. They're able to evade a lot of that damage.
Yeah, that was looking a little bit grim there, but they were able to, like you said, heal it up a little bit, avoid some of the damage, and then Spark comes back, wins a pretty one-sided team fight. Put constant pressure on pushing that payload. Oh, Burner with the kill on the Guangzhou and the accretion into a nice left click to finish that off. And Spark, yeah, they're going to waste no time cleaning up the rest of these kills here. And New York with a little over a minute remaining is going to have to get something done. Jonak with a late kill on Gushue, but the Transcendence is popped. Wow, I am shocked that the Transcendence went out there after that fight. Looked
Jonak got a kill on IDK. In a fight.
Sure, there's a res on the Kalios too, so they're going to bring it back. And New York, despite losing that fight early, they're going to get back in a hurry, and they're going to be able to catch Spark a little bit off guard here. Flora with 3.
I know we've been singing Bernard's praises at the start of the match here, Doa, but that flux was the front line. Rally in play. IDK. Architect takes down Jonak. And Shy now finally getting a little bit of room to work with off the window.
Yeah, the Baptiste ultimate, the amplification matrix, giving the damage to Spark that they needed to just sort of shove New York back out.
Bernard gets stuck in flux.
Yeah,
no damage out from that flux as a result. Guangzhou finding Gushue, and New York taking control of the high ground, picking off the Spark one by one. And the adjustments New York have made here, they've paid off, Noah.
This is what we're talking about. Classic NYXL. You damage boost, a mid-range threat on the team, the rest of them just play safe, play methodically, and they are going to get it done in overtime.
New York, they can't really fight this in a melee range battle. They have to hope they get a pick, and if they don't, they lose. Oh my God.
Oh, Guangzhou. Oh, not quite getting the 3rd there, but that was a play. Oh my gosh. Can they stop the payload, though? He's going to need a little bit more than that. Yeah, Jonak comes in, gives him the uppercut, but really, we know it's a kick. There's another one for Guangzhou to finish it off. And
time is writing itself. The time stream's back in, and as it turns out, in the future, Guangzhou is also still hitting shots. Finds MCD early. Shy taken out by Yakpunk, who's able to get to the back. And New York starting to pile it on, Doa.
Yeah, nothing has changed. Guangzhou's still clicking heads, and New York is putting together an insane defense. They're going to have to deal without that one. Jonak, a lot of damage on the Orisa. Guangzhou finishes it off. That Orbit Discord doing work. Now Kalios comes in with the Gravitic Surge, or Gravitic Flux rather. and just stops things for a little bit more. It's a lot of shields he got too. They fired into that for a long time. Shy does get Flora though, so Spark, ooh, a big chance here to finish off A.
Guangzhou down, and New York losing this brawl as it goes on. The Spark slowly getting their way through, but a lot of time has been burned here, Doa. They get through point B, or they get through lines are not as favorable. I mean, you still can definitely make it work, but you have less room for error. And hey, Flora, pulse bomb on the Shy early. And the Spark,
Shy.
They're going so far around the Widow that's giving Flora immense opportunities to just pick off 3 in the flank.
I mean, Flora and Guangzhou are just picking the Hangzhou Spark apart right now. I mean,
you have Architect plays Sombra, and Bernard gets caught. Shy though, but it's just Guangzhou. 5-on-5.
Yep.
New York going so aggressive where
Oh,
this is
big.
classic New York. They're playing the objective though. They're going for time burn more than anything else, and they're also getting team fights as a bonus.
Yeah, and now the picks are starting to come in. We see everybody contributing on the team right now, pretty much. They can stay in this one. New York being put under pressure, they lose Jonak.
Gushue and Shy starting to find their groove. The Spark getting every limb they need here. It's in overtime, but they're starting to get full control of the point. And, you know, the problematic thing for New York is that, you know, they have to deal with the specter of overtime spot.
If they decide to pour in, they've got one opportunity. They are going to push overtime, so they are going to go for it, but Flora down right away.
Yeah, I mean, overtime spawns stop when the Spark get this point because it's not extra rounds, but they're going to force out the EMP. This fault they're going to be there. Guangzhou down, Shy off to the side once more. Gushue out of it. New York. They're going for it. MCD though.
Yeah, I got a couple kills there.
The back. He also has a Transcendence I don't think he'll have to use. Oh, he used it. They want to be sure, Doa.
Wow, they want to be really sure. Kalios falls, and that's going to be point B taken, but only a minute and a half now for the Hangzhou Spark to try to equalize. White, hold it together. They got to do it now if they want to stay alive in the series. Big
only
EMP.
Hits 2. It doesn't even hit Jonak. Oh, but Gushue gets in for the back. Gets 2 down. The EMP still might have been enough.
Yeah.
Now
that's
to get a little bit more.
Yeah, Guangzhou does get the kill in the IDK, but sometimes you measure those EMPs not by the amount of hacks.
For some breaks to happen, you know, they're down horrifically in numbers. IDK gets taken down to point. And yeah, Shy, well, not around anymore, and we're heading the map 5.
We are indeed, ZP. And New York is just a battering ram right now, but it's going to be the percentage building early for Hangzhou Spark.
Yeah, the problem is the Spark with the running, if they don't get a pickoff around the side, they just get out-muscled by this Rhine Maycon. I mean, you can't fight that straight up with what the Spark are running. You have to sort of, you know, play a little bit strappy, play a little bit rat-like on the sides, but it's starting to work out for Bernard and Shy. They get 2 on the end, some and 2 on the side, and they find the opportunity they're looking for it. This is absolutely horrible for New York. Very close to flipping, but they overdive a little bit. Gushue is able to punish Flora. Now the Spark to come in from the side. It was Shy coming in from the back flank, Doa. And the Spark just playing around New York. They're not flying them straight up. They're coming in from the flanks, and they're making it work really, really well. 80% to 0, and this round just about over.
Yep, that's right. If New York is the prize fighter, it's Spark right now is the. It took me a while to get there, but yeah, that analogy didn't quite work out.
Well,
work on that one.
One thing. Oh, they can't even touch.
Are you kidding me? Wow. That's a lot of damage done to Jonak, though. Gushue goes in for the execute. They get it. Shy finishes him off.
That was a 3-pronged attack. Caught masterfully by the observers of that. That was really cool. The problem is that they're taking down Jonak, but it comes at such a dear cause. Flora and Kalios are able.
Yeah, I mean, they nearly did.
Gushue's able to take that feather.
Maybe they will.
Yeah, the rally is not over now for New York. EMP comes out from the Spark. Summons 2 on the fall through, finds Friday. And the Spark very close to retaking this here and now when New York pretty far back in progress, Doa.
Yeah, that was a 4-man EMP that led to that team fight win. And like you said, this Flora, low health, gets healed. He's got the pulse bomb ready to go. This is self-destruct, though. Got to avoid it. Spark do, but they're starting to give up a little bit of this point here. But New York still has a ways to go before they can take it.
New York wasted their opportunity to a degree.
Wow.
Now 5-on-5, Gushue out of the fight. It's not a bad trade for New York all in all. Bernard, last of the front line left the Spark, finds Jonak, and between the two teams, the neutral game so much stronger for the Spark. And now at 85%, New York just about out of this here, Doa.
Yeah.
They don't have
They do. Okay, so they do get overtime going. Floor manages to do that. Oh, but Sominsu gets him. That is huge. It's a 6v5 now in the favor of Spark. And now there goes Yakpong. 6v4. And that is it. The Hangzhou Spark take it 2-0 in the end. And what was ZP, a close series, ends in a one-sided map to proclaim the Hangzhou Spark the victors.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I don't think it was his fault or anything per se, but I do think it's such a tough spot to put a player when you go, we're just gonna bring you in.